What's up YouTube, Alex and Matt from Team Satisfactory coming at you today with my Infernoid deck profile for the April 1st, 2015 format. Let's go. So this deck topped the recent regional. I've had it for a while. The prices have dropped a lot. I think it's actually a pretty good deck, and let's get into it. It's also pretty fun. So first off, also the floodgates are gone, and that helps you out so much, so very much. But okay, first off, you run yourself a nice 3 Harmonique. This guy is your monster removal. He's your bear explosion type effect. Blows up monster in the field. Very useful. Also has a decent attack amount. Kind of a staple. Honestly, he's too pricey though. Then you actually run triple Entra. This is your little compulse on legs. Entra bounces monsters to the hand. Very useful for setting up clear boards to attack into your opponent, or to just get rid of problem cards and sit on that 2000 ass.
Ooh, that ass.
That ass. Then you run 3 Petrulia. Petrulia is your MST on legs. He blows up spell and trap cards, good removal, also has a nice 1800 attack. These cards honestly have all 3 of the little guys have really good effects. Yeah, all 3 little guys have really good effects, but not exactly so good like stats in either offense or defense, but their effects are more than enough to make up for it. After little guys, you run your bigger boys, your 3 Setsumas. This guy is really good. He attacks and then can banish a monster after his attack is successful. So basically, you get to just attack like let's say you're playing against Burning Abyss or Shadows. I attack into their Falco and then I banish their construct or something. It's a really good card and generates some pretty good advantage through battle. Next, you run triple Atandel.
Whoa, that's a lot of big monsters.
Yeah, you run triple Atandel because when he destroys a monster in battle, he can attack again.
Ooh.
So he's like a little tyrant dragon kind of a guy.
Or BLS.
Or BLS. Also, he just has 2800, which is really hard to get over in the current game state.
Are they all like dragon dudes or?
They're I think they're like evil machines.
Oh, okay.
But basically, this guy's pretty solid. You run him, nice triple up. Then you run 1 Onu. Used to run 2, but now I've been switched to more of a Lightsworn focus build, and 1 Onu is honestly all you need. You can dump him with various cards, or you're milling, and honestly, you don't really need more than 1 Onu because you summon him, and that's pretty much game after that anyway. So that rounds out the Infernoid monsters. Now we move on to the support. Double Card Trooper. I still like Card Trooper as a card. I think he does good things.
He does good things, aka gives you advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he gives you advantage, and his effect when he destroys the draw card is actually pretty good. It helps speeds up the deck even more. But he's the only a non-Lightsworn other card monster I really run.
Yeah, 1900's pretty good.
It's pretty big body.
Yeah, it beats over level 4s.
It's true. I run triple Raiden. Raiden is the actual MVP of this deck because he mills 4 per turn, and he's a tuner. So you can get off some actually ridiculous things by using your Raidens properly, and just by the few flat out milling advantage it gives you. After that, you run double Lila because you want more MSTs on legs because you don't run a whole lot of actual MST.
And it's reusable too.
And it's reusable.
And you can use it for synchros.
Synchros and 4 plays. Yeah. Lila's is a good card in this deck. Double Lumina.
And she mills too.
And she mills, yeah, she mills. Double Lumina because you can turn things like Atandel into a Raiden, and Atandel can be summoned from the grave.
So you don't need it in the hand anyway.
Yeah, you don't need it in the hand.
Using your grave as an extra hand.
An extra hand, pretty much. Lumina's actually a very good card too, and with Charge, you can just see all your Lightsworn cards a lot more. And then 1 Wolf because you YOLO mill all the time in this deck. And Wolf is just a nice body to get off a YOLO mill. Also, he's used for another name for my recharges, and for either pitching him with a monster gate or something. That runs out the monster lineup. Lightsworns actually feel really make this deck very good, and they add an explosive element the deck doesn't normally have. So okay, after that you run onto the spell lineup. I don't run traps, by the way, because that makes you a bad Infernoid player.
It does. Just you don't run traps and Lightsworns, do you?
Yeah, dude. This deck is the new Lightsworns, people. Get on the bandwagon. Alright, triple reasoning because
YOLO.
Because YOLO mills and pick your poisons. You can't normal summon any of the Infernoids, so immediately all these guys can't be normal summoned, so they're just immediately great fodder. Wolf can't be normal summoned, but basically your mill targets will get you one of these great cards, and if they pick wrong, they pick a 4, you get a Card Trooper, or they pick a Lumina, or they pick a 3, and you get a Raiden or a Lila. That's why I really like running Card Trooper and Lila and Lumina and Raiden. It gives you a nice mix.
And even if they're milled, they're accessible via Lumina.
Also, it gives you a really good mix because you have a 50-50 chance of getting 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So your opponent can't really call right all the time. After they're on 3, it's just
Given that they know what they're talking about. Most people don't even know.
Yeah. Honestly, you can steal a ton of game 1s with this deck so quickly.
Yeah.
Alright, so when that you run 1 Monster Gate because it's another copy of Reasoning.
It's just like worst copy of Reasoning.
2 Charge of the Light Brigade. It's a 2. You should run into 2. It's a great card in this deck. You gotta search it anyway.
It's so fast.
It's fast. It just you gotta mill 3, then you gotta search.
Beautiful. Rhoda, but better.
It's better Rhoda for this archetype. 3 Recharge because gotta go fast. This card helps speed up the deck tremendously, and you run like 7 Lightsword names, so you should have enough. This is a good card. I like me some Recharge in this deck. Double Void Seer. It's your Forbidden Lance, but you can mill it and still use it. Good card.
That's OP.
That's a very good card. 1 Burial because more monsters back from the grave, more advantage. 1 Raigeki because fuck your board. And 1 Book of Moon because best 1-0 spell card outside of Raigeki in the game. And there's no traps because that makes you a bad Inferno player. I'll say that again. But I mean, honestly, also traps slow this deck down. I used to run Needlebug or Breakthrough. But the simple fact of the matter is that your monsters will pretty much always beat their monsters. And you can use things like a Onu effect and whatnot to like negate stuff, which can be
you can side it if you really need it.
Honestly, I'd probably put in 2 or 3 copies of Breakthrough as a side, but I wouldn't main it.
Yeah, just for those like Evil Storm matchups.
Evil Storm matchups, which can be a little hard. Okie dokie. On the extra deck, you run 1 Black Rose Dragon because once again, fuck your board.
Hold on, let's pronounce that. Schwarzer Rosendrak.
Schwarzer Rosendrak because it's the highest rarity Black Rose I could get for under 5. It's the highest rarity Black Rose card I could get for like under $5. I keep a common one around for reading
purposes. You get that under $5?
Yeah,
it used to be like 50.
Yeah, it's like $4 if no one wants it because
there's common Black Rose.
There's common Black Rose, so like I keep the common one around for reading, but I have this one for rarity.
Makes me sad.
1 Michael, the Lightsworn Arc. Run Lightsworns, and you can make 7s, so you should run Michael. He also helps you prevent like the Doomsday scenario of oh shit, I Reasoning for 20. Now what do I do with the rest of my deck? I've had that happen to me in a couple of games at like tournaments where I'm like, oh, I literally lost half my deck with 1 Reasoning.
And also removes single target problem cards.
And he's a spot removal, which is very helpful. 1 Yazi. This card is actually clutch as hell in the Burning Abyss matchup because it can't be targeted, and it has a bigger body than both Dante and Virgil. So it's beautiful. Honestly,
100.
Honestly, Yazi is like one of the most underrated 7s in the game right now.
It's generic too.
It's also generic. 1 Scrap Archfiend because he gets around the whole effect level limit restriction, so he can help you set up some boss OTKs and heavy damage really quickly.
So that's 2,700 attack. It's pretty big.
It's basically a free 2,700, and you can resummon your guys with more banishing fodder if you really want to. 1 Scrap, so sort of Spark Dragon, not Scrap Dragon, but he's coming later. Spot protection of your cards, good for one of the things you can do is you can use him and whatnot to like set up and really like you basically can use him and Onu to set up a more or less uncrackable board and really help save your cards. Crimson Blader because clutches hell in the rogues, Necros, and Shaddolls.
Yeah.
You got this out and attack over a monster, that's pretty much game because you can keep doing it and you can
over and over again. Unless they draw that clutch Raigeki.
1 Scrap Dragon just because solid card blows up one of your reusable monsters for one of their not reusable monsters. Yeah. 1 Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, not Scrap Dragon. Stardust Dragon to just blanket defense against floodgates.
That lizard's doing push-ups over there.
Oh wow, little lizards scrolling more along the wall. But I won't get distracted. And that runs at your synchros. Double 7s of 101. No, what am I doing? Number 11 to make a fan of these. I am thinking of all the wrong cards right now because I'm like reading the cards in my hand, not on the table. You could run 7s, Sight Moss is a 7, you can summon 2 of them, and these cards are worth it. Also, I just
situational.
I just have them.
It's not the focus of the deck,
have them for Prophecy, so like why not run them? They're good cards at 7. 1/101, good card. Probably would run a Castell in here over 101. The space is tight, but I don't have a Castell, so I'm gonna be honest. Moving on, we got a Ragnar Zero. Good card, helps in the Firefist matchup, which is gonna be a real thing again. I mean, Matt, Firefist is gonna be a thing again.
You don't have a Castell?
Yeah, I know.
What about Exciton?
I'm a poor scrub.
Oh my god, here, I'll give you it.
Alright, and then you run 1 Dark Rebellion, XYZ Dragon. Big beater, good guy. 1 Cowboy for game, and then 1 Antiluminescent Knight, probably switch for an Exciton Knight. So, in short, Matt's gonna... You put in these 2 guys, you take out these 2 guys.
Karen Gorgon's not that good.
Because Karen Gorgon's not you keep her. Take out these two guys. These two guys are very good. I just I don't play a lot of force spam decks anymore, so I just don't have the stuff I need to. I just didn't think of them as good investments way back when. So that rounds out my Inferno deck profile. I think the deck is overall pretty solid. It does a lot of really cool things, and has basically like one of the best parts is how they can tribute themselves to banish a card from the graveyard, and that's a quick effect. So if your opponent is trying to play like the Necros, so they want to use the mirror, you can quick effect banish the mirror. If you're playing against Satellar, you can quick effect banish the dead.
That's like a DD Crow, right?
Yeah, exactly. They all have built the DD Crow effects, and they're all quick effects.
That's really good.
Which is honestly like that's why they're good, because you can just spot remove things from your opponent's graveyard, and like because our current meta is so reliant on graveyard and banishing effects.
Oh yeah.
If you get to the banishing first, you can usually like just deny your opponent a huge advantage.
Oh yeah.
Alright guys, thank you for watching my Infernoid deck profile. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe. This is Team Satisfactory. Out. Fucking camera.